Coming at you straight from Submarine Studios. This is your latest episode of Rage Across the Internet, a Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Porter. To my left, we got producer Joey.
Hey, guys.
And sitting with us today, on my right, is Daniel Tyson. What's up, Danny?
Hey-o.
Hey, all right. How's everybody doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Better now.
Yeah?
Excited to be in studio.
Yeah, it's nice to be back, isn't it?
It is.
You know, that little vacation we had, I mean, it was nice to have, but...
Right, but it's always nice to come back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I missed you guys.
See, there you go, you creep.
Thanks.
No, we got a decent show today, I think. Something that we've been kind of working on in the background for a bit, you know, in terms of concepts, and I think this will be fun. But I think before we get started, we do have some announcements, correct?
Yes, we do.
A little bit of business.
A little bit of business, which, hey, cool.
Take care of the business, then we get to have fun.
I think we're on the business of giving you the business.
No, we're not.
Well, we're definitely giving Danny the business.
That just sounds dirty.
Well,
phrasing.
You know, maybe a little bit. But if it's dirty, then it's nice to get a clean set of clothing, which brings us to merchandise.
Oh, look at that segue.
Neat.
What just happened?
I love when you do stuff like that.
It's crazy.
Glove save.
So we've been prototyping some merch for a little bit now. Mm-hmm. And we're just behind the scenes shit nobody cares about. But in the near future,
Yes.
we've still got to argue about a couple designs yet.
Well, and okay, so maybe you tell them that we want their help with some of the designs.
I was getting there until some creep interrupted me.
Wasn't me.
It's never you.
You're right.
That's true. He doesn't do anything.
That's kind of rude.
Guy's like a legless dog.
What?
Day tripper?
Great. No, what's going on is where we've got a couple more, you know, I's and T's, crosses and dots and all that. But what we're going to do is we're going to throw a poll down on our forums.
Okay.
Where we would like the audience to give their input on. I mean, we got a T-shirt, coffee cup, mouse pad.
Yep.
Maybe a couple other surprises. We want to start small and see what
you guys want, see what you need, what you like.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a few designs for everything, and we can very easily go overboard with this, so we're trying not to.
You know, I still have my heart set on a ring the bell button.
Ring the bell button's going to happen, though. that's just, it's too easy and too on those, but we're doing that for sure. I know Tom will kill someone for a hat.
Okay.
But
So, yeah, you know, mouse pad, coffee cup, T-shirt, hat.
Water bottle,
We don't
whatever.
know.
Yeah,
The world is crazy.
it is. But there will be it'll be on our forum specifically.
So you got to go to our website.
And sign up and join our little digital cairn. That's how we get you.
I don't think we get them. I think they get us.
I mean, does anybody really get anybody anymore?
Man, we ain't going on this road. Everybody wins. That's the
Everybody
point.
wins. Yes.
So be on the lookout for that. And I'm going to look to Danny, because I know we got some Danny related. Danny actually does do a little something around here.
Yeah, once in a while.
Don't let me fool you.
At least you told them, because they wouldn't believe it if I said it.
Well, of course not, but that's how I like it. So, you know, Danny has been our webmaster.
Per se.
Kind of, and now he's not.
He got fired.
He did. We fired his ass. But that's okay, because we have a Discord coming, and that's Danny's new baby.
Well, another project.
And he's not, unlike the last one, unlike his real baby, he's not going to eat this one.
No.
So
That fed me for a little while.
I was there. Baby back ribs, delicious.
Ew.
Barbecue sauce. Oh.
Beautiful.
I
Oh,
see what you guys did there.
That was perfect.
It was.
I don't believe we didn't plan that.
No one else is going to believe it either.
Holy shit. But yeah, we have our Discord is coming.
Yep, it's almost ready. And again, you want to be part of that, you got to go up to the website and sign up there, because that's where the link's going to be.
Yep. It's going to be free for everybody, but you have to be a member of our forums. That's the catch.
Yep.
But we're going to have some stuff going on there, and that's going to be ready
soon. Either this Tuesday or next Tuesday.
And I guess that depends on when this episode airs, huh?
Right.
So yeah, either it's been out for a week and what's your problem? Or
Or look out, because here it comes.
yeah, like, hey, it opened today, be the first man or get with it.
I love how we never know what day it is.
No, we don't.
Oh, not anymore.
We
all have
you
to
know
mesh
we
together.
we record 2 or 3, sometimes 4 a session, and we know it's just gonna air at some point. Fuck it.
We'll get around to it.
Which order are we going today?
Like, none of it matters.
Who cares?
You know what I'd love to do is like to do a little serialized thing.
Okay.
You know, do like 5 or 6 episodes that are absolutely serialized and it's important. We're gonna do this hard-hitting series, and then again, we do it like we do everything else, so where there's no idea and
So-
how it releases.
So you just put them in out of order, maybe?
Exactly.
On purpose?
Oh, that's
But
cruel.
we don't do it on purpose now. It just,
It just happens.
yeah. I think the criteria is I liked this episode better. I'm gonna start with this one.
Yeah. And
Is
how
that
many-
about right, Joey?
Yeah, but I think doing the serialized one is kind of cruel. Like, let's not do that to people.
No, but that would be the whole point.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that would be funny.
Oh.
It's funny to show how cruel we are.
If I can't be a little bit of an asshole and like laugh at other people's misery, I don't need to be a big one. Just enough to a little bit of chuckling at somebody's misery. Come on.
Okay.
And
So, any more business?
Yeah, actually, on that note.
Back to serious.
No, seriously, I got the segues. This shit is planned. I got my list of business here. So
You wrote it down this time?
It's right here, man.
Somebody gave him a pen.
You assholes are screwed now. Actually, jokes I made, this one won't click.
Thank God.
I've tried like this entire time. It won't click. No, we do have one other piece of business, and that is, I want to thank you guys for going through some of our sponsors. The Amazon portals.
It's making some money.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. And I'm shocked that the drive-through RPG link is getting some love.
Hey.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like more than I thought it would, or I just don't understand or don't remember the percentages. I have no idea, but it surprised me. I looked the other day,
Okay.
and I was thinking about it. I know we talked about it, and so what's going to happen is we're gonna kind of take that and hand it back.
Yes.
So we will, and we haven't decided yet quite what it's going to be, but we're going to hold a contest of some sort. Mm-hmm. And the prize is going to be it's going to be the store credit for Drive-Thru RPG.
Yeah, I think that's great. We're going to give back.
Yeah. Hey, you guys are helping us and supporting us and using those affiliate links, and so the rewards from those links, we're going to give them right back to you guys. And so that's going to be something. It's not going to be a lot. It's going to be like $10. But, it'll help you pay off a book or get something you were looking at, more incentive to do it at least. And then here's the thing is because we're going to use those smaller installments, we can do more of these more often as long as you guys keep using the links.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not going to light the world on fire. It's not like supermarket sweep.
Right.
But, $10. $10.
Yeah, it's, it's going to help with the cost of something.
Exactly.
It's just one of those things. Because, with the affiliate program and drive-through, we get store credit. And what do we need?
Yeah.
So let's give it back.
Sounds great to me.
We need our listeners to keep listening.
We do.
So-
And, and I know that there are some of you out there that need books.
Exactly.
So, hey, look at that.
And money can be tough. So having a coupon is great.
Yeah. We'll announce once we decide on more details. Because, again, it goes back to that misery thing. I'm like, well, is it something I can laugh at?
It's not coming out unless you can laugh at it first.
Well, I'm not saying that. But, send a video of you stepping on a rake.
No.
No, it really not. That's not really
Don't
that.
do that.
We'll still laugh, but probably don't do that.
A little Schadenfreude would be nice, but no, for real, we got to figure out exactly what that is. And so, but we wanted to let you guys know that that's in the works because,
Be prepared.
and we love you guys, and hopefully you'll get excited about it because we're kind of excited about it. But that is the end of the business.
Okay.
So today we will talk about. You know what I talk about? I want to talk about antagonists today.
Yes.
Okay.
And Danny, what is an antagonist?
The bad guy? The thing you're working towards to defeat to get past. Oh man, how about it's the thing stopping you from your goal?
I can agree with portions of that, but I really like how you say the bad guy? Question mark?
Well, yeah. I mean, but I said it that way on purpose because it's not always a bad guy.
Yeah. It can be any number of things. It can be, self versus other, self versus self, self versus nature. There are a lot of different areas antagonism can come from.
Right.
For example, a podcast host putting a guest host on the spot real quick for his personal amusement.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
like that, yeah.
See, Schadenfreude. It all comes back around. Anyway.
Thanks.
No, I thought it'd be fun to talk about. There are plenty of different types of antagonists. I mean, you were right there, aren't there, Joey? But we all have those NPCs or those situations, and so what makes a good one? We can talk about examples of them. I know Danny's got something he's kind of chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that goddamn arm.
Yep. How about it's the guy you love to hate?
Well,
that can be a really good antagonist.
And it's one of my favorites. And I mean, obviously, I have a couple examples in the chamber too.
Yep, I'm waiting for it.
Are you?
I know it's coming.
Are you trying to set me up?
Yeah,
Like you're
a
just
little bit.
already straight to it?
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm waiting for it so you can set it up yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna wait on it.
I figured.
It's a trap.
It's not a trap, but the thing is,
Oh, it was. It was a trap.
it was a lot of fun. But what the fuck are you talking about, Porter? How about we get back into it?
Yeah.
Now, Joey, I just saw you flip over a sheet of paper. Mm-hmm. What's going on over there?
Oh, I have notes and questions.
Yeah, I know, but you wouldn't let me see them.
Oh. It wasn't that I was keeping them from you. It was just that you didn't bother to come over and read them.
You hear that? That sounds like a trick.
It's a trap.
That is a tone of voice that says this is a trap. And I am not fooled. And what do you got over there?
Okay. The first question I have is, what does a, quote, a good antagonist mean to you?
Okay. Well, first things first, I think Danny kind of...
No, go ahead. Because like I said, I'm waiting for the setup. But I think you need to answer the question first.
I was trying to, you creep.
All right.
I think Danny hit the nail on the head a second ago.
All right, I apologize.
Man. When he said, like, that villain you love to hate. There are plenty of examples out there through pop culture of, it's that character you kind of can't get enough of. It's your Ramses Bolton. It's your Kafka from Final Fantasy VI. Mm-hmm. It's that son of a bitch. He's on screen, and regardless of his level of, let's say, abject evil,
Okay.
you're just compelled. It's like, I want this guy around more. Like, you're sad when he's gone. And I'm going to go back to Game of Thrones again, and I'll talk about Joffrey Baratheon. Mm-hmm. I loved that little blonde bastard. I missed him when he was gone.
I think we all love to hate him.
No, but I kind of loved him, too. I mean, I remember there was and this is suddenly, welcome to the Game of Thrones podcast, suddenly. There's a scene a couple seasons later, right?
Okay.
Where his little brother is going to the chapel to go see his wife who's been captured.
Okay.
And, like, you got these faith militant, and they're like, yeah, you're the king. Well, you can't see her. Well, I need to see the high priest, man. No, you can't do that either. You gotta leave, king. And the kid's just like, oh.
That would never.
Right, and he goes home. He just leaves.
Yeah.
And I watched that scene. I'm like, where the fuck was Joffrey in this? I could just see him with that smug little grin and go, what? And then just order all of those people killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She even taking shit off that. And, like, I missed him a lot right there. And that's the thing. Like, you want that villain to come back and do something terrible. Because, like, oh, man, he was so entertaining.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have taken that for a second. So I think there's that aspect of it.
Okay.
I mean, that's not the only aspect. Mm-hmm. Because you don't want someone... You don't want a character to show up and cause trouble just for the sake of causing trouble.
Well, there's got to be reasons behind it. Even if those reasons aren't the same as what you think, and he has his own reasonings, it's his beliefs. I don't know. There's something to that. It can't just be, that's what I want to happen.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, well, the Joker's going to show up because it's time for something wacky to happen, or because the Joker hasn't shown up in a bit.
Gotcha.
There needs to be a reason for the Joker to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, other than, but it's the Joker. It's not good enough. You know, and I think it's something I've said on more than one occasion. You can't write something just because you want to write it. You can't just write whatever you want.
Have your reasons.
Make it
sure
make sense.
and make sure those reasons are clear.
Yeah. You know, and again, that's what it comes to. You can't just do whatever you want. Well, of course you can. Well, no, it has to make sense. It has to fall within the logic of the story. It has, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly unicorns hatch and everyone's a millionaire. What the fuck are you talking about?
All of a sudden.
That sounds like an awful game.
See? No one wants that.
Well, I'm sure some do.
Well, stop doing drugs.
Touché.
We ready for the next question?
We are ready for the next question.
Okay.
I'm done with that one.
Where do you get inspiration for your antagonists from?
Well, I always love those Inspirato questions. Because it's like, I feel like I say the same 6 things, despite the fact there are like 12 answers. It's like
Are there 12 answers? Because I think there's only 6 answers.
I said like, but it seems like every time we talk about this, I listen back to it later. I'm like, oh, I should have said this one. It's weird that I never say these things. I don't know. So,
okay.
I'm not going to mention, you know, M&EA music, blah, blah, blah this time, but not this time. Purpose is first. Purpose and motivation.
Okay.
You know, one of the examples I'm going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
This look on Danny's face right here.
Yeah.
You see what he's doing right now?
Because I know it's coming.
He's so excited.
I don't know about excited, more or less like...
Terrified?
A little bit, yeah.
And I mean, and actually, thank you for that. Thank you for terrified.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because one of the examples I'm going to bring on, it's not the one he thinks of. He doesn't. Yeah, sorry.
Bummer.
Is like it was a character that I wanted to actually strike fear into the hearts of a group.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was the start of it.
Okay.
Is how do you do that? How do you scare a group of people? You know,
Well,
how do you scare a group of Garu?
that's actually one of my questions. Elevating the horror. How?
Well, a lack of control.
Okay.
I think is important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as you go through this game, you know, you are mighty Garu.
Yep. 9 foot tall murder machines. We got that.
Yeah, you know, you are goddamn near all powerful. You know, you are the apex predator.
Right.
You know, you're gonna run up on some dumbass redneck cop or something who wants to give you a hard time. You know, you're gonna switch to Krynos. Let's assume that Delirium didn't take care of that. You know, he's gonna take his shotgun and pour a bunch of buck into your chest, and it's not gonna do anything.
Right. You're going to laugh.
Exactly. And then what? You're gonna make him swallow his own engine block. I don't know what, but you can do that. That's an option. You know, this guy's. What are you doing? So, yeah, you could do something in the level of power, but let's go back to what makes a Nexus crawler scary.
Oh.
Everything.
Yeah.
And see, I just said Nexus crawler, and that was that reaction.
Right.
It's not because it's super buff. That's just a weird sentence. You're like, right, what does that mean? A Nexus crawler hitting the gym or something? But it's the fact that its powers allow it to do anything it wants, right?
It
Alter
has
reality.
Yeah, it has the ability to change reality.
Which removes your control completely.
The floor is actually lava.
And there's nothing you can do about that, right?
Right. Too bad.
Essentially, yeah.
You know, I don't want to use his name yet.
Oh boy.
But, you know, he's out there too. Mm-hmm. There's a particular boogeyman out in the world of darkness
Yes.
who I think is most effective in the beginning of his career.
Okay.
Because you have this character, and fuck it, let's just go into it, and maybe can that work around your questions too? Can we bounce back and forth?
Yeah. I mean, we're
Yeah.
still going to get back to your inspiration question that you really didn't answer, but we'll get back to that.
The balls, it's getting busted. I'm sure I'll answer it as I'm talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you're hitting like 3 of these 9 questions already. So
So
9 of them?
that's
Like.
what I can. Yeah. Like.
All right. All right.
So
Yeah.
let's just dive in.
Yeah, fuck it. And we'll handle this. And you can bust my balls and stuff as we go, fine.
Phrasing.
No, I meant every word of that. that's so okay, let's fine, let's use the name. Let's start at the start. Is that's it.
Just
Just
Yeah, I'm just gonna rip off the Band-Aid. Yeah.
do the damn dance.
Sam Haight, which is the last time you're gonna hear me call him that. I am going to call him Sam Hyatt, and I know I'm mispronouncing it. I'm acknowledging it.
But we like it better that way.
I can't, it's too on the nose.
Right.
And I know it's hate isn't hate Ashbury, I understand that. But I can't for the life of me justify calling a guy made of pure evil Sam Hate. It's so on the nose, and I'm sorry. Okay?
It's too cliche.
I'm in, at this point, I'm in kind of borderline insulting people I kind of admire. The people who created, and I don't, so I feel uncomfortable doing it, but it's so on the nose, come on.
Yeah.
You might as well have called him Jean-Claude Villain.
That's my favorite.
That.
So I am calling him Sam Hyatt, and I am pronouncing it wrong.
And that's okay.
Hey, you're a storyteller. You can do whatever you want.
That's true, but there are people who are listening who are going to be like, "It's not as fucking pronounced," and I know, and I'm doing it wrong. I know. There's my reasons why. I'm not going to change. Moving on. Now, Sam, the Skinner, I think it was a fantastic fucking villain.
Yes.
Got to start in Valkenburg, which is a neat setting.
Right.
I hate book games, but I will take elements from book games. I
Right.
love the idea of the Valkenburg Foundation. I used it with these guys.
Yeah.
Minus Sam.
Yeah.
I took a lot of that. I know, Danny, you've never read Valkenburg.
Some of it.
Oh, you did? You flipped through it?
I flipped through it.
That was after, right?
It was after our story
Cool.
because I knew it was part of our story.
Cool. And so you saw that it's not similar at all.
There are aspects that are the same, but again, they're just ideas and they're aspects. They're not, nothing was verbatim.
No, I took none of the plot. I just took
No.
the foundation itself. But the point is, you got to start there. And the problem with Sam is that he grew in power.
Yes.
And grew exponentially in power to a rate that was kind of silly. Mm-hmm. It was the Nexus crawler at the gym.
Yes.
And I think that wasn't what made Sam frightening. The level of power he had. I mean, at the end of the day, he was what? He had his skin dancer powers.
Mm-hmm.
So he's Garu. He was Gould. Mm-hmm. He had hedge magic.
Yep.
He was soul forged into an ashtray and got better.
Oh, damn.
But, when he was the Garu serial killer.
Yeah. That's the scariest.
Exactly. That kinfolk. Who, okay, he's a skin dancer now, which makes him more dangerous. But it's that low key. It's more Seven than, I don't even have a crappy...
Yeah. I don't know. But it's just...
It's more Seven than it is Jason X.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cyber Jason, because that was the dumbest thing. So yes, there you go.
But yeah, no, I liked it when he was the serial killer and there was that mystery with what's going on, Mm-hmm. It's like you don't know where the danger is coming from.
Exactly.
I think that's what made it the scariest.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Once Sam Hyatt is out there and he's, a skin dancer, a ghoul, he's part magic user, and it just...
World of Darkness fruit salad.
Yeah, and it just gets so confusing, and you're like, okay, yeah, nobody can fight this. Like, are we going to have a cage match between him and Baba Yaga?
Well, only because Kane's not available at the moment.
Okay.
He's busy reclaiming all the White Howlers for some reason.
Is he rescuing Turtle as well?
Oh,
from the Weaver's webs for some reason, and then they're going to team up with Elvis.
Wow.
You keep it simple.
Exactly.
There's this. It doesn't need to be weirdo shit. It can be, and it's more effective when it's simple. When it's that voice in the dark, when it's that glint in the corner of your eye, and you look and there's nothing there.
Right. And I'm going to say it's fun to play a wild, stupid game.
Sure.
Once in a while. And for a short amount of time.
Exactly. You want to do a one-off where, you're going to fight Kane and Baba Yaga and Sam Hyatt at his full potential. Yeah, go for it. Have fun for a hot minute.
Well, did I ever... I don't remember. Have I talked about dessert on the podcast?
Yes, you have.
I have talked about dessert?
Yeah. And then everybody was asking for when can they get all the fun toys.
Right. Exactly. But that's not where I was going with it. I think dessert was kind of a good example, too. because it was this apocalypse in session kind of thing.
Okay.
And where, yeah, they got all these really ridiculous, stupid powers. And then, like, equally ridiculous and stupid things are going on around them because they had NPCs that, like, were their peers today who were in that version. You know, it's like, it's Fenris being summoned 3 times. What? That doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
But it didn't need to. It wasn't supposed to. It wasn't the, quote, reality.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those clues I threw in there that this isn't real.
Yeah.
Fenris didn't show up. There's not 3 Fenrises.
It's like, no, you're not going to settle and ride a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No.
Nope.
You should already know better.
Sounds pretty fun.
Again,
and that's the thing, is there's room for that every now and then. But if you're
running a story chronicle like that,
Yeah, it doesn't make sense then.
no.
Yeah, I don't think it's fit for a long-term game.
No. Okay. So, another question. Do you target individual players with the antagonist, or is the antagonist just doing their own thing and the players stumble upon it?
Well, yes.
That's
there's a little bit of everything.
There's a wonderful answer.
I mean, but there it is, though. And Jesus, this is leading right to where Danny wants it to.
And I saw it coming.
Look at how,
like, oh wow.
See, so you
Thanks,
you fucking conspiring.
I was not conspiring.
I know he was sitting right next to you when you were writing down those questions.
You know,
she fucking sassed me.
I'm holding back. I'm holding back on this one because the one I'm thinking of, the answer is yes to every part of that question. But I'm holding back. I legitimately want to hear his full version, not just this one person.
Again, that's just your weirdo take, but what was going on through my head?
Sure. But yes.
I wanted to call you a weirdo.
I figured. What
yeah.
else is new?
Great. All right. Well, this was... we're talking about Danny losing his arm.
We're going for it?
Yeah.
I was letting you.
Well, no, this is the great example because there's 2 antagonists there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I had planted the seeds since the first Chronicle. This was our third?
Probably
The third that this happened?
third story ever.
Yeah, but great. It was the third Chronicle.
Oh, yes. For the arm, yes.
Yeah. So I'd been planning since the first. The knowledge that the hunter's father was nuts. And he was a, use the word guest, of the Valkenburg Foundation.
Okay.
Now, they didn't even know what the fuck that meant.
Yeah, another time.
Yeah, you know, Hunter didn't know what the fuck that meant. And he was trying to follow up on leads, but at the same time, they have their orders.
Yeah, other shit was going down.
Right. And then, you know, there's a level of the wrong questions and at the wrong times, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he knows something, but I forgot to go back and ask him, kind of shit like that. So it took a while for the leads to finally, you know, end up and take him to the Valkenburg Foundation. You meet the guy.
And I'm sure you wrote it that way on purpose, too.
I can't write your choices, sir.
No, but, like, there were so many little, we'll call them, again, you call it seeds, that just kept getting planted, and it's like they finally grew, and it's like, all right, it's time to take care of this.
Oh, yeah, well, no, I decided it was time to take care of it.
And I'm glad you did. I think we were on a agreement on that when it happened.
But so, you know, hey, it's finally time, and so we're going to have Hunter go down there and confront his father, which is something he desperately wanted to do. You know, this was a character whose father abandoned him as a child, and, you know, the father was Garu. So we know what that life's like, but as a huge, you know, being raised Hammond, he doesn't know that shit.
Right.
So, hey, this is going to be a good scene. What's it going to look like? I didn't know it, so we're going to do that. But, you know, I guess the short version is, you know, it was that the father, Drake, reached out to Hunter. Mm-hmm. And was just using him.
Right.
He just wanted out. He wanted help leaving. And so that's where, you know, I'm targeting Danny specifically.
Yep.
Because he's got this weak spot with the character. And okay, well, we're going to make this character a total son of a bitch. He just wants... Yep. And give a shit that you're even alive. Except for how you can help me leave.
Right.
And then at the same time... While
Hunter didn't know any of that.
Exactly. And while that's going on, though, you enter another character. And this is a black spiral named Vermilion.
Okay.
And Vermilion had come there, and he'd had some special fetishes, whatever, to disguise himself as a guy in Garu.
Okay.
He went incognitus, if you will.
I like that.
Okay. Hey, we believe in what you're doing, and really what he was there to take a couple select people. Mm-hmm. Vermilion's bosses had visions and said, these people are important, go get them and bring them to our cause.
Okay.
And so Vermilion, who's been staking this place out for a while and been working deals where everyone was asleep and blah, 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 sneaking around, getting all his ducks in a row because, hey, this is fun. These kids show up.
Okay.
This pack of nobodies. And, hey, I want to see my daddy. He's important.
I wouldn't put it like that,
But I'm gonna, because I'm a jerk.
So the Scooby Gang shows up.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
See? And they're doing odd jobs to earn their keep. Mm-hmm. Because, they're waiting on the questing pack. Like Gretchen Valkenburg like, we're shorthanded. You do jobs for us, yeah, you can go see your father. You can visit him. That's the deal.
Yeah.
And so Vermilion sees this and he goes, all right. Yeah, it was a pack-man to your father. It's crazy.
And he didn't say it like that in-game, because the way he said it, I actually believed him.
Well, that would be the point.
Right.
But what we got here is, and I think that's maybe enough inside baseball for the moment. I know Danny wants to get into it, so we'll get there.
Well, it's not my story to tell.
A little bit, but,
Right.
so we had those examples there of, in Vermilion's case, he was there doing a job all by himself, and these kids just got in his way, and he's like, hey, this is something I could use to help me. And on the other hand, you had the father who specifically went. You know what I mean? So, both. It depends on what you're looking to accomplish or who these characters are.
Okay, and now jumping off of that, you mentioned Vermilion's bosses. Mm-hmm. How deep does this organization go? Is it an organization, and do you have it mapped out?
Wow.
Well, no, I am not, nor have I ever been affiliated with the Communist Party. What is this? No, I'm not answering that question.
Do I need to close my ears first? Because it feels like... he's purposely not answering it so he doesn't give some information away.
Yeah, it feels like you're trying to squeeze me for info about the current Chronicle, and that's not going to happen. Nice try, asshole. Next.
I mean, that was like... I was waiting. That would have been awesome, but I was like, there's no way he's going to answer. No, he's not going to do it.
Can't blame a girl for trying.
Jeez. That was a bold fucking try.
Hey, fortune favors the bold.
Right? So Vermilion showed up in our last game,
and we want to know why.
What's the mystery?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me so we have a heads up and know what to do.
So when you're designing detailed maps of the enemy's compound...
Holy shit.
I'm going to applaud the balls of you to ask that question. And then to put it on air like I was going to miss it,
Okay.
You got a real one?
So... a less detailed version of that question.
Yeah, how about one that isn't... Yeah, okay.
So, a different antagonist.
Sure.
You mention bosses. Is it normally a hierarchy? Is it normally a corporate structure? Are there the lone wolf antagonists, or do you tend to go towards they have a boss? Somebody else pulling the strings?
Well, again, yes. It's a little bit of everything, and it depends on what you're doing. You shouldn't... don't stick to one particular flavor.
Okay.
I guess is the first part of that. Mm-hmm. Over the years of storytelling, I've had, we had Cain Gaiafo, which was the very first recurring antagonist, and so he's the most originally named.
Of course.
Right? Cain Gaiafo, you say.
Gaiafo, huh?
Capital work.
Jean-Claude Villan.
See, exactly. Should have named him Hate. Steve Strong Dislike.
That is going to be my next character.
Excellent.
Holding you to that.
Okay.
No, obviously the poorly named Cain Gaiafo, who was kind of a lone wolf. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where over the years he got a little more depth to him, but we're talking about a first-year storyteller coming up with this thing, so it sucked.
And that's okay.
It is okay, because you grow and you get better. So,
And you save all those stories for when you grow up and have a podcast.
right? Then you can tell embarrassing shit to everybody and they can laugh at you, but that's okay because you got good at it anyway. So,
So who wins?
everybody wins. It's crazy. But so Kane, he was a Black Spiral who, and the funny thing is he was a player character.
Okay.
And the guy switched characters.
Oh.
So, he became a Black Spiral. He danced.
Okay, so was his name Gaiafo when he was...
No, it was Wormfoe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right?
I see what you did.
So that's quality character naming right there.
No, hey, that wasn't even my character. However, I'm not throwing stones here back then. We're not
Kurt.
doing that. So, but this was he was as he developed though, and
Yes.
this is when really it's relevant. Is he became a guy who was kind of he was very well known in the community of Black Spirals.
Okay.
As he had his pack, but the thing was his pack, they were all dead. They were skulls he kept in a gym bag, a duffel bag that he carried with him all the time.
Oh.
And he would treat them as if they were real. And it was unclear was this his psychosis or was this a bit he's doing.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
I always made it unclear, but it was real to him to a level.
Okay.
So it kind of made an Achilles heel for the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get your hands on that gym bag, you've now effectively held his pack hostage.
Gotcha.
So
So it turns into a weird game of capture the flag.
kind of, yeah, because he was one of these threats that was physically stronger, and because hey, we were 14, he had a silver chainsaw.
Woo!
There's a level of silliness here,
Well, first character is 14.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, and when you start, you're probably an idiot. It's fine. It's okay.
It happens.
You do dumb shit. You learn. But this was a character that would return based on vendetta.
Okay.
A member of that pack killed one of his pack mates.
Gotcha.
Broke one of those skulls, so it's
smash the
personal.
skull with a hammer kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. Didn't need a hammer, but yeah. So now it's personal. You killed one of my own, I want revenge, and this would become the deal. Or later on you'd have the example of this Pentex assassin who failed.
Okay.
And who needed to save face.
Yes.
You ruined my perfect record, or, my husband was killed because I failed to kill you. That was something I never understood.
What?
As a quick aside. You're watching, it's like, oh, you failed me, minion, I'm going to have you killed. Well, if you're losing manpower by having the minion killed.
Yes.
Have his family killed.
Exactly. Motivation.
Yeah,
Right.
Or incentives to stay alive.
Exactly. If you owe me money, Danny, and I break your thumbs, you can't go to work to earn the money to pay me back.
Right.
But if
thing I
we
don't
break
want
your family members' thumbs.
Exactly.
I have to go work twice as hard to not only give you your money, but pay for their medical bills.
And maybe you pay the money back before you pay the medical bills.
Well, probably, because that's just going to escalate, yeah. But, you know what I mean? That it always bothered me.
Yeah.
Like, why would you take it out on the employee? You need them to do your shit. You're going to run out of those.
You're going to stop being able to hire anyone.
Right. So just have the husband killed.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
All right, so back around.
Exactly. But, it's something like that. To make it a personal, but still, again, it's the stories about them, but the world doesn't revolve around them.
Right.
Sometimes it's a wrong place, wrong time. Mm-hmm. But, you have to keep changing that up. Because, again, that one-note shit gets old real quick.
Okay.
Is any of this making sense?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
It's describing characters still, and they've got enough of a backstory that it makes them real again.
Okay.
I mean, that's cool. That his pack is really in the duffel bag, and they're just skulls. That just kind of shows like the craziness of him. That's his backstory. That's
and my
crazy.
question is it an actual psychosis, or does he just want you to believe it's a psychosis?
Exactly.
Because
we don't have that answer, which makes him even more of a threat.
If he does have a psychosis and he's hiding it and covering with the skulls, then you don't know his weakness.
Well, here's one for you, and I'm going to confirm or deny anything, because who the fuck knows what I'm going to pull out and tweak over the years. But maybe those skulls are, quote, his pack, maybe not his packmates, but maybe his friends. Maybe he's binding something into those skulls that he's conversing with, and that are important to him.
Well, and if you break those skulls, what do you release?
Exactly.
So
Well, that's what I
that
mean.
could
We
be.
don't know those answers, and that makes it that much scarier.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another question. And I'm not talking about 14-year-old you because that's an easy answer. Do you want to make the
Gross.
antagonists over the top or just normal every day?
I'd love that these answers are all just yes.
I'd love to see an antagonist that's just like Fred. And he's just the worst guy ever, but you don't know that.
You weren't playing at the time,
Okay.
but you did see that in Ted Collins.
See, Ted Collins is a little over the top for my taste.
How so? Who's Ted Collins? Is that maybe the first thing that should happen?
Well, I think we've talked about it before, but just I guess a quick refresher.
I think it's
he
probably
is an NPC in our game. He's a kinfolk who works at the ranger station for our sept.
yes, and in a previous version of this game, not the one they're using,
Right.
because I can talk about it and not spoil anything. Is Ted became disenfranchised?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, with his treatment and what was going on at the sept, and eventually killed a pack of Garo and became a skin dancer. So that's what we're talking about now. I just realized we so casually mentioned it, and it's like maybe we should explain that real quick. So sorry.
I'm pretty sure we've at least mentioned Ted
I'm
in
sure
a previous episode.
there's just a point I don't want to take that for granted.
Right, but you have so much fun when you're doing Ted. It gets a little over the top.
He's a creepy son of a bitch.
But, he could just be a normal guy.
He was just a normal guy.
In our game, he's a normal guy, and he's like the weird guy at work that no one wants to talk to, but like one person will just, hey, here's some candy. Don't shoot me when it comes to everybody else. Maybe we shouldn't say that.
Echo grew up in the same town as Ted.
Oh, see, information didn't know.
Yeah, so it'll get interesting when they meet again.
Yeah.
Again,
You should have, but I'm a little more concerned with what is it that you do for a living that you're giving people candy?
oh, that's
He
where
drives.
you're stuck with this.
He drives a van.
I mean, you're the one who said it, is the thing.
If someone's gonna make that correlation with the parole hearing from last time, and damn it,
They definitely are
I
now.
know. I'm sure someone already has.
Oh, this just got weird, guys. I think we're gonna take a 15
Just
and
now?
come back.
Daniel Tyson.
It just now got weird.
Philadex Vienna and registered sex offender.
Oh, you son of a
No,
bitch.
he's not.
No, he's not. He's not.
Thank you.
You just
Thanks for
wanted to be a
clarifying.
jerk.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm gonna
I
have to
promise it's
fix
Back to
that.
Ted. Back to Ted. Please.
No, I think Ted was pretty grounded. I can't speak to anything. Coming down the pipeline. Obviously.
Okay.
However, the over the top though.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go back to Vermilion.
Yeah.
And, Vermilion is over the top by design, and I don't want to say too much about him because they're going to explore some more of Vermilion.
Yeah.
This is one, though, that I've been itching to use for a while. I designed him a few years back and never got the chance to use him.
So you're excited.
Yeah, Vermilion he's an artiste.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yeah.
He is a serial killer. He likes to make art with his victims.
Yes.
Make little collages and little
Sculptures.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the over the top part of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's not
shivers
good.
down my spine thinking about that, remembering all that.
He's a sick motherfucker, but he's a man of vision. Let me show you.
And now he's starting to talk like him right now, and like he's got his mannerisms that he uses with that character. Oh, damn it, you!
It's good to see you again, Hunter. At least
Oh,
most
no,
of you.
Nope, not doing that.
He's creeping Danny out.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I've got such things to show you.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway. So, they're big over the top. And I mean, it's not, I hope not, at least. I'm not the president of how this comes across to other people. But, it's not that cheesy, I'm going to take over Metropolis sort of way. But this is a guy who is definitely reading his own press and probably writing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a man of vision. Mm-hmm. He's one of the greats. He's unappreciated, and the world will see what he has to offer.
Now,
Fuck.
Isn't somebody like that just begging to be taken down?
I suppose.
Yeah, but that goes back to the one you love to hate.
See, I'd love to see an antagonist that's like, Mr. Rogers.
What the fuck?
No, that's a really good point, and those exist, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna out myself a little bit on this one, but you get a great example of that. Would have been going back to season 3 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Mm-hmm. Joss Whedon's we'll use the word opus. Good on him for that. But the mayor of the town.
Yep.
Was very Mr. Rogers. Language. I bake you some cookies. Also, I'm going to turn into a demon and eat the world.
Yep.
So yeah.
But
the low key antagonist then.
Yeah. I mean, the one that has to put on the sweater vest before it goes out and murders people.
But but it's not just. It doesn't have to be just. And this, I'm going to pogo off of that. It doesn't have to just be like worm creatures. It doesn't have to be the Spiral of the Week. It doesn't have to be that Pentex assassin. You guys have, and you pivoted from this. Mm-hmm. So it's eventually going to come back around. I just don't know how. It's got to make sense. I got it. You can't write whatever you want. It's got to be organic. Mm-hmm. There is a Glasswalker elder whose radar you were on for a hot second.
Oh, boy.
And then somebody didn't take his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Danny's giving me fucking, I don't know what sort of sass look this is right now.
A little bit.
Had you have taken that arm, that would have opened the door to a whole different plot line where there was that, what you recall, there were the Glass Walkers there, and there was that issue.
Right.
Where they showed up and everyone was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we definitely left some stuff out of that.
Well, the short version is there was a hit squad there.
Right, well, even before that, Hunter, obviously people know, if we've listened to most of these episodes, that Hunter's missing his left arm. Afterward, we were sent to a Glasswalker cairn in a sept, and, how do I put this? That he was possibly going to get a robotic arm, and then ultimately chose not to. And then, just out of respect, to tell that, quote-unquote doctor, I can't make that decision anymore, it's no longer what I want. That doctor was gone. He was dead. So, they kind of just filling in some points there, because not taking the arm was, the robotic arm you were talking about.
And that's close enough. Yeah. You hit the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, Cliff Notes.
Yeah. But, there it was, is a Glasswalker elder had sent the hit squad, and it was completely unrelated to what was going on in the plot.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't because, Danny's character lost an arm. It had nothing to do with it.
No, it was just wrong place, wrong time.
Exactly. And that that was going to put them on the radar of this Glasswalker elder. And you guys sidestepped that because you didn't take the arm.
Which, thank for that. Because that character, that's another one we love to hate.
Yeah, that's that might come up in the future because
sure it will.
In the process of escaping this hit squad, you guys fucked one of them up pretty bad.
Yeah. But we also were trying to survive.
Well, it's true. It was a neat scene. We were doing a car chase.
Yes.
And there was a little hot potato action with a grenade.
Yep. Uh-oh, missed. Reach out and slam it back down into the other car.
Yeah, like it was a little, no, I'm throwing the grenade and I'm going to drop that grenade at that passenger. It's like, oh no, well you missed and it bounced. And I'll hit it and a little, back and forth. And,
but I'll hit it, but I'm about to fall out of the car. Someone saved me.
As someone who spiked it. I forget.
I spiked it.
Was it you?
And I believe Jessica pulled me back into the car because, again, one arm can't catch myself.
Right.
Yeah, and I was busy driving.
Right.
Yep, spiked it, and it went right down there under the gas pedal. That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
That was a fun story.
Those grenades were fun though.
Hot potato with a grenade during a high-speed car chase. Fucking, that was a fun time.
It was.
It's one of those ridiculous ones.
It made you sweat.
Yeah.
It was the hope. But yeah, I mean, let's run with that for a second, though. This is a Glasswalker Elder.
Yes.
This is a Gaian antagonist. It's a case where you have something or know something that someone above your pay grade wants, and you're in the way.
So it's a politically motivated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very easily, politically.
So, politics, not just, good versus evil.
Exactly. Well, I mean, and those should be largely relative terms.
Politics is relative.
No, I mean good and evil. But, I mean, we got to go back to the guilty here.
Hey.
Who are the good guys here, right?
Nobody.
Hey. Nobody.
Exactly. That's a shit even mean.
Jasmine was one of the good guys.
It's all relative, man.
Well, going back to they were Gaian and they were an antagonist, but that doesn't make them bad people. That just made them assholes.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't make them good people either,
Yeah, good point.
You're just on the same side, kind of.
On the same side, but trying to do two different things and in each other's way.
And I don't think there's room for good people, really, in this game. The World of Darkness generally doesn't have truly good people in it. It's just levels of gray.
I think that was his whole purpose and point of the guilty.
Yeah.
Screw you guys, Roy's a good person.
All right. Roy's an exception. There's always an exception.
I keep waiting for the news that Roy is dead. I keep waiting to see the obituary, because Roy can't survive. He's too good for that world.
So you're expecting him to pay pretty hard for being like a really a good human being?
Oh, yeah. He's going to pay hard.
It makes me sad.
That's your prediction.
It's the World of Darkness. That's what I'm saying.
I write one decent dude, just one decent
one guy,
one decent human being, and
and he's gonna suffer the most.
Yeah, I think he is. He's gonna watch his children be disemboweled. That's how it goes.
Where is your mind at? Holy shit, woman!
It's fucking likely his daughter bred true. So
exactly.
I mean, look, she's not talking gibberish.
Oh my god.
Oh, poor Danny.
Like Roy.
But no, I mean, to go back for a second to the political type antagonist, there is it can be more than just your monster of the week or a recurring monster type antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
It's the guy that elder that you've crossed, or maybe that no longer has the best intentions in mind. Mm-hmm. I can think of an example, and this actually isn't something that you guys as players had to deal with.
Okay.
But again, with as I've said time and time again, as the game is about you, the world doesn't revolve around you.
Right.
So other people, those NPCs, they have shit to do. They have shit going on. Mm-hmm. When there was a case of an NPC named Rowan Bloodtears.
One of my favorites.
Mine too.
Yep. And Rowan's a badass.
Yes.
So Don Rowan is a get offender. He's very good at what he does. He's the future of the nation kind of guy. One of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, back in the old country, the Get have discovered that an old hero of theirs, who they thought didn't have any heirs, does.
Yes.
And they have brought this heir back to Schwarzwald, and she will be trained. And she will be every bit as good as her great-grandfather, better, in fact. Because, holy shit, we thought this bloodline was gone.
Yep.
You're going to be the future. We're going to handpick your pack. You're going to be the best thing ever. You're going to have 100 babies, too, so welcome to that future. But the next 5 years is about training you.
Yeah.
And so, they're looking for the best, and they find Rowan. There's Rowan Bloodtears. They say, Rowan Bloodtears, you have a great future in this tribe. You are going to be the beta of this little girl.
Oh.
Yes, exactly, Danny.
It sounds so good until then.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he says, fuck you, I'm going to be a Jarl of a Sept in like a month and a half at the rate I'm going.
Yeah. And then he gets to follow an 18-year-old girl who really doesn't know what's going on because she's just getting pummeled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, why would
No.
he agree to that, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Well, because the elders are going, well, okay, until you do this, we will no longer recognize any of your renown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's
So if he refuses, he gets busted back down to nothing.
That's a hell of an ultimatum. That's rough.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Rowan.
So, guess who played Beta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at that point, renown, even not as much, is better than zero.
You know, it's like, hey, and this was a guy with plans, with designs. Like he said, I'm going to be Jarl in like a month. I'm going to run my own set. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Second fiddle. So we hope this bloodline pays off.
Yeah. It's second fiddle to a hope and dream.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a guaranteed thing.
Exactly. Okay. So you ready for my next question?
Sure. Fire away, you creep.
Antagonists are people, but it can also be situations or personal feelings. You know, personal reactions. Like Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a preference on self versus other, self versus self, or self versus nature?
I prefer self versus other.
Okay.
You know, self versus self is tricky because I am not in control of you guys.
Thank goodness.
You know, sometimes. Holy shit, just put the clues together.
Yeah.
Just do the math, you asshole.
Yeah.
So, like, sometimes that happens, you know.
Okay.
But,
Sorry. That one's... Yeah, he's right.
you know, I give an example. Is, you know, we talked about Desert earlier, you know, which was the fourth part of that Umbral four-parter.
Right.
You know, Lost in the Umbra. And I think we mentioned that you had to ghostwrite one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, originally that chapter was going to be about Wolfhome. Where, you know, they'd be stuck in Wolfhome and have to go through that fucking nightmare.
Right.
And as I'm doing my research and I'm putting that story together, what I realized is I had forgotten that the only way out of Wolfhome is to come to a deep understanding and oneness between you and in your woven self, your lupus side. And I thought, there is no fucking way. There's no way
Yeah.
that this group of players would ever figure that out, will ever get this message out of their experience. They're just gonna die there.
Yes.
So I can't write this
No.
story.
Yeah. Wolfhome was not the proper setting for that group to go to.
No. But again, it was, I think that's a great example of self versus self, because to leave you have to have that self-actualization, and they were never gonna do it.
Right. Right.
And I can't make them do it. I mean, you can go, hey, I'm going to make these roles. You know, you can force that as a storyteller.
Yeah.
I could go, this and this role. And then you have that insight in your back. What the fuck was that, though? That was nothing.
That is not ringing the button.
No, it's not ringing the bell. You
Ringing
creep.
the bell. Which will be put on the button.
Yeah.
It's not ringing the bell.
No, it's certainly not ringing the bell. That's cheap Deus Ex Machina to get the story over.
Yeah.
And I'm not interested in playing that fucking game.
Okay.
I don't learn anything that way.
Well, you certainly don't. No. And it just, that can't, I don't know, sit on the other side of the table, but that can't feel good either. To go, you know, Daddy Storyteller had to roll some magic dice and give you the answer and pat you on the head and tell you you're special. That just seems really condescending to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's condescending.
I certainly phrased it that way. So,
Yeah.
No participation trophy here.
You know, so self for self, my least favorite by far. It can be great, but I am not in your heads and I can't control that shit. And if you don't know what, you know,
Right.
Enough. No, thank you.
But I think self versus nature plays a huge role in this game.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can't argue that at all.
And you had a story about self versus nature.
Where nature was the antagonist.
Yeah. The blizzard.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Did we talk about this one before?
I don't think we did. But again, we can't bring this shit up and then
And
just
not
like,
talk about it
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
fucking listen to the other one, dick. That's not going to work. We're going to have to give a little bit, at least.
Listen to them all. They're all fun.
Yeah, let us know if we did it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah, you're going to hear this shit again. Too bad.
Oops.
Guess what? You're going to hear our stories a lot. You're going to hear a lot of shit more than once.
That's fine.
It's welcome to the world. We're going to be around a while. There's only so many words. No, that's true. We ran a story because again, we run the games in the 90s, and it just so happened there's a blizzard and it's in the section and that's where you guys are. So how you get to the blizzard's the antagonist.
Yes.
And that actually I don't know why I forgot about that story.
I mean, you put Roy in mortal danger.
Yes, I did, and I also crippled Bookman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was a really powerful story.
Yeah, I mean it was so bad in unexpected.
Yep.
Yeah. That, we're not fighting anybody, but shit's still happening that we need to take care of.
Yeah,
We're going to die.
Yeah, they became
Or other people are going to die.
Food was a problem. Water was a problem. Mm-hmm. And hey, guess what? The kinfolk are missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember. It still sticks out.
Yeah, and I mean that was the story. Is you guys spent that time trying to keep your kinfolk alive and finding them in the first place and getting them to safety, and hopefully we didn't murder these people that we care about by not finding them in time or not thinking about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the thinking about them that...
I think it was, 2 days before anyone noticed that Roy was just missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And then, to go to his house and...
Because he had left for work, so his wife thought he was at work.
Right.
And it would make sense that he got snowed in at the park.
Mm-hmm.
Except you guys got to that ranger station in no bueno.
No, he wasn't there and he wasn't home. So he's got to be somewhere in between.
So he was stuck in his car for a couple of days.
Yeah, and then you guys had that scene where you looked his wife in the eye, because she knows about the nation.
Yep.
And told her, we're going to see what we can do, but you have to stay here.
Yeah.
He might be dead, but too bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an easy thing to do.
I'm coming with you.
No,
you're not.
You can't. You're only in more danger that way. I believe was the exact words we used.
Well, I think they brought up that their son was still at home too.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So,
but
he needs protection. You need to stay here with him.
But that was a scene that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Was that you had to look Roy's maybe widow in the eye
and say, "Sorry, oops, we forgot about him.
Right.
We'll try our best."
Exactly.
And who knows? Maybe he's still there. We quote unquote saved him, but will he survive after that? We don't know yet. It's been...
No, Roy was largely okay. It was Ted that's the problem.
Right, that's what it was. I was mixing the two up.
It wasn't Ted. It was Andrew Bookman.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not Ted.
So everyone's mixing everything up. God damn it!
Yeah, see, I thought we talked.
Bookman is still in the hospital.
Right.
Yes.
Because a tree fell on him.
Yes. And you guys are
His
awful
crush
at
injuries.
first aid. You guys are
Sorry,
awful.
Miss Nurse. How dare us not know how to be a nurse?
Well, they thought that triage would be in poor taste.
Dun-dun.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Jesus.
Good
anywho.
night, everybody.
We're doing that again.
Check, please.
So I'm out of questions.
Triage. Fuck off, Porter.
Oh boy, I'm out of questions. Do you have anything you'd like to add,
Thank God for that. That's what I'll add.
or is it time to go to Cubs Corner?
Is it time to go to Cubs Corner?
I mean, unless you had more on the Vermilion thing.
I would love to talk more about him, but I think that's something we have to wait a bit for the post-mortem.
Agreed.
What does this organization look like? How is it formed, and what are their
And
positives and negatives? Their weaknesses?
who's holding the strings of Vermilion? Who's controlling that puppet?
No, Danny. Puppet is what he's going to turn your husk into when he's done.
Oh, all right.
You got to give me credit for trying.
No, it was I really appreciate the fact that you tried that.
You could see his face too. He was ready to answer it and then realized what she was asking.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the balls on this one here.
It was like a congressional question too. It's like 4 parts just thrown at you.
Yeah, like you thought that was going to trip me up. What do we got for the corner?
Okay, so in Cub's Corner today, how do you handle your renown in your game?
Awesome. Okay.
It's simple, but it's complicated.
No, it is. It is complicated. First things first is I generally don't give out renown on the story. I will do that at the end of an arc. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the first thing.
Yep.
It
And
might be a few stories, but yeah,
Well, it's-
arc, it's a little bit easier for us, especially for you even.
yes, it is. Especially when, you get a situation where the game ends at a certain point and some of you have to take off immediately, some of you can stick around. You just wait. It's fine. I do use the charts in the book, and, you tweak things as if feel necessary. That's just a gut thing. That's fine. But I think the worthier part to the question is, where I start to do things differently is, first of all, there's no right of accomplishment.
Okay.
That idea of having to show up on the monthly to get renown recognized as real.
Yeah.
To me, that feels like time gating.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of, it cheapens a thing because it makes it like a chore.
Okay.
So I don't do it.
Like, you gotta go and get your library card stamped.
Basically, yeah. That's how it kind of feels to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, that's not a real right in my games. It's just, you get your renown.
Okay.
It's fine. But and then this is the thing, is you spend your renown.
Yes.
Right.
When you rank up, I don't care what your renown looks like, all of that goes to 0, and you start again.
Now, okay. When you say all of it goes to 0, do you mean what was required to rank up, or all of their renown?
All of your renown.
All of it.
I don't care if you have 26 glory.
Okay.
It's gone. And the reason for this is, okay, there's method to the madness here.
Probably a little too easy to gain it.
Well, this is the problem. Is first of all, the requirements to rank up differ between auspice. Mm-hmm. And that can be a fucking problem, especially with the no moons, because it's just any combination of numbers.
Yes.
You got your Philodox or your Thurge just screaming for a dot in wisdom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you got Tom over here with like, well, I got like 8 glory, so can I be rank 5 now? Mm-hmm. And of course the answer is no, because the character hasn't earned that.
Right.
And that's part of it too, is, the character should earn the thing. It shouldn't just be about the dots.
It's like, hey, you've been playing for 6 months. You don't get to be part of a silver pack.
Exactly. You haven't earned it. Mm-hmm. So it's your 5th story and you're ready to be rank 3? No, you're not. You're aggressively not. And I don't care what those dots say.
Right.
In game, you have mechanically, maybe you've earned it, or maybe I gave out too much renown. Which one do we think's more likely?
Yeah.
So it's more about accomplishment in game, certainly. But that's the thing, because of the different rate of which you require renown and the different requirements to make the rank. You're all doing the same shit. Mm-hmm. But it means more for this auspice and that auspice. And you can argue the whys around that all day long. But you also don't want a situation where you have a character who's a rank or 2 ranks higher than the people he started with.
Right.
Right.
All of his pack.
And moreover, shouldn't it be harder to get from rank 2 to rank 3 than it was from rank 1 to rank 2?
It
Absolutely.
really should be, but with the way it's set up, it's not. It's
No.
a snowball.
Yeah, it doesn't work out that way because you're acquiring all this renown that you don't need as a requirement, but will meet the requirements of future ranks.
Yeah, and in one of my games, it was actually the apartment game.
Okay.
My character sheet, it was just pegged. She could have been a rank 12 if they
That
had
were a real
that.
thing,
Yeah. But I refused to rank up because she wasn't ready. She had all of that and more.
Good on you for recognizing it.
And it was the stupid glory. That was like, hold on, I got to create more bubbles.
Right.
Jesus. I wish.
Well, when you play a game 24/7 for years, it was what it was.
But that's exactly it, though. It does. It snowballs. Mm-hmm. So, that's why I make everyone, you erase it, you're starting from scratch. You made your rank, but it should be that much more difficult.
Yeah.
To get the next rank.
But yeah, you just go, oh, well, I can reuse those points. And they just, I like how you just wash them away.
Well, thank you. It's not something that I've hidden from my players.
Oh, God, no.
Like, this wasn't a surprise to Danny.
No. You made it very clear, and you made it clear on why.
And so that's important, too. There's a level of trust there that these guys have in me because they're not getting the renown on the daily.
Yeah.
They're getting the renown when it's appropriate for them to get that renown.
Right.
When I feel that it is. And they're taking my word for it because it's cumulative. And, I'm making them erase it instead of getting when they rank. All of that requires a lot of trust, so you appreciate that, and you make sure that if you have that trust, if your group gives you that trust, you can't abuse it.
Yeah. So I think you explained the way you handle renown and the way other people, handle renown is their business.
Yeah, I'm not.
So.
I couldn't tell you what the guy next door, what he does for renown. I have no idea. I didn't know he played, actually. That's crazy.
I was gonna say I didn't know he played, man. Wow.
No, it's new neighbors and they were moving in and I saw.
And you didn't tell me?
Well, no.
I see how it is.
I'm telling you now.
Okay.
Yeah, they were walking in with giant D10s.
Dude, that's it. I'm leaving your game. I'm going over there.
I knew it. It's the giant D10s.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
No, there's really not.
I think I can pick out the joke. But I think that's about it for us today. Obviously we thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. It means the world to us. If you like what you've heard or if you haven't, feel free to come onto our forums and either give us some praise or just bitch us out and tell us why this was Danny's fault.
It's always my fault, apparently.
Give us, if whatever format you're listening to, iTunes, Spotify, whatever. Give us some likes, give us some ratings, some thumbs up, some reviews because it helps. It helps get us out there. It helps other people hear us. And it makes this community larger, and that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. You've got questions, you've got comments, hit us up. Hit us up on the email, rageacross@gmail.com. Hit Joey on Twitter.
That would be rageacrosspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, rageacrosspodcast@gmail.com. Did I fuck it up?
You did.
It's been a while.
It has been a long time.
So I didn't even recognize it.
I'm going to fix it in editing.
Are you really?
No.
I know it. That'd be hilarious, though. Rage Across Podcast.
Yep, make sure you leave that link in there.
Right. Oops. Hey, we got that one too, though.
Mm-hmm.
We do have both of those addresses.
So it's okay.
Because you keep messing it up.
Because I keep messing. Well, we haven't done this in a while, though.
I know.
But we are. It's just one of those things to remind you that hey, we're out there. Questions, comments. We'd love to hear from you. Like our Cubs Corners, those come from people writing in.
Yes, they do.
The reviews, the ratings, they help a lot. They help get us out there. You can also support us through, we got the Amazon. Mm-hmm. That Amazon portal, it's a great way. You click on that portal, you buy some shit.
Can we get a little extra something?
A little extra something.
Doesn't cost you a thing.
Right? We've got that link for drive-through, which doesn't give us money, but hey, that generates some store credit, which we are now turning back over to you guys, and that's a great place to get your books, bottom line.
Exactly.
Can't wait for that contest. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, we'll figure out what it is.
But we know it's a contest, and we know it's coming.
Right.
And Danny's all excited. He knows it's fun. He doesn't know what it is.
Yep.
Because I don't have to enter it. Well, I can't enter it.
That's right, you can't enter it. But what you can do is you can go to our Discord.
Yeah.
Because that's the new thing. And again, the details on that will be on the website and the forums.
Check the forums. Become a member. Sign up.
Exactly. Just we can't thank you enough for being part of this community. Help us make it bigger. Help us make it stronger. On behalf of everyone here in Submarine Studios, again, thanks so much. And you guys have a good one. Be excellent to each other. We'll see you.
Rage Across the Internet's music is It's Into the Fog by Darren Curtis, shared with a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 unported license. For details, check out the information under the podcast.